What's going on, guys? I'm bringing you another build video for y'all, and today's build is going to be the NSX this time. And this car isn't bad at all. The only thing is that it's really slow off the line, like really slow. But other than that, it's not super like bad on turns. The car does feel really heavy, but it doesn't make it too hard for me to turn because it turns like super nice. But without further ado, let me just show you what I got in it and see if you like it. So for the engine, I have all Ultimate Plus parts, dual turbocharger, and 5 3-pound nitrous tanks. I always use the multiple NOS tanks just because it always helps me around turns and things. Usually the long nitrous tanks don't help me at all, just maybe on a straightaway, but still I can get that same amount of speed with multiple nitrous tanks if I didn't use them all. But so I would really recommend you use the 5-pound or 5 3-pounds as well. So for suspension, I picked the race suspension. That's usually like the best suspension to pick if you want your car to be fast around turns and on the track. And then for the brakes, I usually just pick the Elite brakes because sometimes you'll need less stronger brakes if you're drifting maybe. But for the tires, I always pick race tires now. Sometimes I do track, sometimes I do drag, depending on how like oversteer your car is. But for this one, I just picked the race tires. I picked the Super Elite clutch and then a 4-speed this time because it seemed like the 4-speed was the best for me to get my 0 to 60 high and my acceleration the best it could be. Picked the track differential, and that'll be all for the drivetrain. For the engine I picked the 4.0 liter V8. I tried the other V6 engine that was next to the V8, but I ended up ultimately choosing the V8 just because I like the way the V8 sounded, and I actually had better experience with the V8 than the V6. But other than that, this is how it sounds. Then I'm just going to show you what I use for the steering and the downforce. So for the steering, I have it just one below the maximum, and for the downforce, I have it the same way, just one below maximum. I have no traction control, and then just the style is still going to be gas. I don't really mess with the gas style and the brake stuff. But for here, it's just going to be a high speed run just to show you kind of the acceleration that it's got. After this, it's just going to be some clips of me doing some races, and just to show you kind of what it can do on races. I'm not that well at this game of racing, but I still can show somewhat how it goes on the track. But other than that, this car, I actually really like this car. I like the way it feels. Like, it feels heavy, but it still goes around the turn like how you want it to. It's not like it's going to hit a wall or anything, so it's not bad in that part. It's just really slow off the line. Like, you probably would get left by most of the cars off the rip, and kind of it might be a little hard to catch up. But other than that, just gonna leave the video to play the other clips. If you like the video, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.